going on YouTube? It's seeing a place to be chill. Tony, Mr. A&D. Back to give you guys another WWE 2K23 video of all the information that we've gotten yesterday pertaining to MyFACTION and MyRISE. So, if you guys also, make sure if you guys are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more WWE 2K22 news, wrestling, and pop culture right here on NC Studios. But first, let's knock the MyFACTION stuff out the way. Like I say, I do play MyFACTION. I played it a lot in 2K22, but I was like, I'm not going to invest too much money in it until they got to get some better updates into it, because I'm a huge My Team player in NBA. So, now, they had the ringside report, and with the ringside report, their biggest selling point for the mode this year was to take the faction online, where the new quick play option. It says you can put your skills to the test with the best cards in your collection to prove your faction is a force to be reckoned with challenge friends and other 2K community members for endless hours of fun. Okay, that's great. You know, I think it needed an online feature to it, but that's not the online feature necessarily I was trying to, like, it's just a quick play. Like, I need to know, like, is everything going to be like, is there what can you do with this quick play? Is this like a regular, just a one-on-one matchup when you try to face your cards and you try to do different things, different agendas? See, like that kind of stuff, I understand. It's MyFACTION is not as huge. It just gets started opposed to years of practice when it comes to NBA My Team, because the way we got it now is you gotta get a certain amount of XP points to get the main card out that season. They don't have that in WWE. And I'm not saying they have to be exactly like it because they're wrestling opposed to basketball, but I'm just saying it has to be something else that's going to sell us in there other than just this little online matches we can have with MyFACTION, to the point where, are we gaining any XP for it? Are we getting any MT for it? That was buy new cards. Are they going to evolve the cards? Like all that kind of stuff. They also introduced live events, which gives fans plenty of shows and events to look forward to year round, and we're eager to deliver the same kind of excitement for WWE 2K23. This year we've added scheduled events for players to participate in, with regular post-launch content to play through, the usual kind of stuff like that. Now they got evolution of MyFACTION cards. So now what it says here, it says the WWE 2K art team was in their bag this year. Okay, creating diverse and authenticity enhanced cards for you to enjoy. You'll notice crisp images with highly detailed backgrounds for some, added flair and design boosts that make your favorite superstars pop. Cards also have details on the back which add to the info about how and when that card was added to your collection. It comes with the building your lineup, making tough decisions, and it got simple with fighting styles, featuring the front of the card. Lastly, we're introducing the pink diamond tier. So I figure each year when it comes like the My Team, they will update it. We get like a higher type of tier. So now we're doing pink diamonds, which was the highest card at one point in NBA 2K. Then went to Galaxy Opal. Now we're at Dark Matters. So it said, except it's going to be sometime post-launch, which is understandable, which opens the door to more high-powered superstars and faction combination. And then it says unique character model and attires. W fans have seen some of their favorite superstars transition and evolve from their attire to their overall look. It's not unusual for even the biggest names in sports entertainment to experience a rebrand. In MyFACTION, players will find some of the most convenient, historic, and current looks for superstars and legends. Many of these looks are exclusively available in MyFACTION, making it just a little more special. Think you can collect every iteration of your favorite superstars? Guess we'll find out. Now, I like this and don't at the same time, because this is part of what they do in NBA. It's okay, for instance, for those who, I know what they're talking about. Which kind of stuff, if you get like a John Cena from Ruthless Aggression, where he first came out to face Kurt Angle, and then you can evolve that card to the John Cena of today. So that means we can go through basic economics John Cena, Chain Gang Cena, Patriot John Cena, Never Give Up John Cena, to now John Cena. We can evolve that card throughout the years like it was. Same if like Diesel going up into Kevin Nash, going to NWO, like type things like that. They have that. It kind of like in My Team, where you got the one player, and for instance, I'll use like, okay, Carmelo for example. Okay, there's a Carmelo Denver card, but that card is going to necessarily be high. That's when Carmelo's at his best, like that in New York, Melo. But then you also got LA Mellow, then you got Portland Mellow, then you got OKC Mellow. You know what I'm saying? Where those cards are going to be low because that's not when he was his best. But the two top cards like Denver and New York, that you're going to have those top tier cards for that. So that's what I think is what's coming here to my team, which is cool. The only problem is when you're dealing with wrestling, you got all these kind of attires that's going to be coming into my faction that we can't be playing in an exhibition mode. That is kind of like for me, and I can understand why that'd be a bummer. Why is it that we gonna put all this attire in there? And I understand they don't have the resources just yet to bring that kind of stuff over. Because to me personally, for this mode, it's like if you unlock that card, or if you get that card, luckily you should be able to lock that in the game as well. But I know we're gonna have people like they did last year, you know, mods and everything, so we can download those on community creations. That was just the gist of my faction. Now, you know, that's out the way. Let's get more into the my team stuff. So now, not the my team. I'm sorry, the MyRISE stuff. So it was showed yesterday that the MyRISE stuff, they're going to do two distinct storylines. We have the lock for the men and the legacy for the women. I did 2 reactions on both opening chapters for both MyRISE videos, so you guys can go check that stuff out. So when it comes to the lock, it's going off in like a gimmick about you debuting as the lock. One thing I liked about it is what I saw is that the story is very self-aware, because obviously the whole thing is corny, and you don't go through NXT, you're going straight up to Raw, and they're kind of like push you to the stars type thing. But they come here as a lock, but then you're sitting there asking yourself, well, can I go as my regular name, stuff like that? But they're like, no, this is WWE Machine. We give you a new name here when you come, and then we're gonna make it work. That's how it always is. So it's very self-aware about how corny it is, and basically how it's kind of like them making fun of themselves in a way, or 2K making fun of W on that way. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. When you go to the legacy, that's the women's side. So this one is different because you are transported back to 2002 to the Ruthless Aggression era, my favorite era, and you going in the beginning you are playing as your character's aunt and her rivalry with Molly Holly. Then we transfer back to the future where you're about to make your debut at Survivor Series, where Molly Holly is now running the show. Also, we get a current day Molly Holly. So this storyline, you're focusing on, instead of debuting as a new star where they changing your name and everything, you're doing this now as a legacy character, where, as you know, somebody in your family was up there before, like her aunt, and now you gotta try to live in those kind of footsteps. And also with your aunt being there as a support, along with Molly Holly being there could be a clash of heads. So I thought these are 2 interesting storylines. I don't know, obviously we only see the first chapter, we don't know where it leads, but there are it's kind of like Batman Arkham, where there's a main mission and then there's side missions type thing. I don't know if this year's going to have like an ending. I know last year everybody really didn't have an ending, but I don't know if it's gonna have like an ending for the main story, but you still gotta complete all the other side quests, and depending on what your answer is, it will slightly change the story. So everybody may have a different kind of outcome, which is cool. I know people won't want to drastically change, but I think this is really cool as well. One thing I am really hype on is the import of characters from Creative Superstar. So here's the thing, my son is the genius in the thing. He will go and create and be in there for hours in Creation Suite. That's not me. That is not me at all. I praise him, and I praise all the ones that be out there who be like crafting, like being Dr. Frankenstein there, and be creating these gorgeous looking creations. That's just not me. I'm the kind of guy that, but once again, if I had to create myself for MyRISE, I sit there and you know, and create and put detail into it. But the thing is, after I put enough detail into it, I be switching up and everything. I'm like, why can't I use my character out in exhibition? Well, now you can do that. You can import your character from MyRISE to exhibition. Now, if you're on the other side, like I said, I'm not big into creating. This is cheesy, but one thing I used to do back in the most Smackdown vs. Raw game, was the Smackdown vs. Raw, the early 2K games was, or the Road to WrestleMania was, I would take, like when Kurt Angle wasn't in the game, I would like try to create Kurt Angle, and I would have him run through the whole career mode. Well, you can do something like that now. You can have a creation already ready and import it to MyRISE and use it for MyRISE, and I think that is cool right there. So I'm glad that they got those things add to there, and I'm like, so MyRISE looks promising. They had the 2K showdown yesterday, which revealed that there is some MyFACTION characters that's hitting it locked to that mode. which you're gonna have to unlock some of the characters from that mode. Once again, I don't know how deep, like how many you can unlock or anything like that. I do know that last year the characters that was locked to MyRISE, they did release them, like King Booker, King Corbin, current day Shawn Michaels, and Dominic Dijakovic. They released all of them. Now they showed us a screenshot of Jean Paul Levesque, the WCW Hunter Hearst Helmsley, if you will, of Triple H from back in the day. And I was like, that's a big win right there. And if you gotta unlock him in MyRISE, and then you can go use him in exhibition. And along with that, they also showed a screenshot of Mighty Molly. So Molly Holly has like 3 forms in this game. She has the current Molly Holly, she has the Ruthless Aggression 2002 Molly Holly, and she got the Mighty Molly gimmick to probably go with the Hurricane. So I said I think that's kind of dope. You gotta unlock these in MyRISE, and I like the fact that even though you can get things to unlock everything at once, you can still gotta go through Showcase to unlock these characters and go through MyRISE to unlock these characters. I do hope that it's like 2K19. Remember 2K19, which God, I love 2K19, because in 2K19 when you go through that whole My Career thing, you got to download all those characters, everything from Baron Blade to all the little stars you face in Japan and Mexico. I thought that was just neat. Just have some, Cole Kane, whoever you're part of, I thought that was cool. So I'm hoping that's the same thing we can do in MyRISE this year. But those are the updates that we got from MyFACTION and MyRISE. MyRISE looks promising. MyFACTION, like I said, if you're just not somebody who don't like my team or don't like those kind of card type games, you're not probably going to play that too much, and I can understand why. I'm not mad at you. You understand why? I am still going to try it out like I did last year. It's like, am I going to invest that much money into it? I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily know. It depends on kind of how fun I have with it, but I doubt it. But post down your comments down below how you guys feel about it. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my breakdown. Hit the subscribe button for more breakdowns for WWE 2K23 right here on NC Studios. So once again, this is NC, the place to be. Chill Train Mr. A&D, and the Nerd Coalition is out.